Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Big Baller Sports. This is your host, Asher. I'm joined today with my co-host, Eric. What's going on, Eric? Good, good. Last week, World Cup was finished. We went over the signing of LeBron James to the Philadelphia 76ers. We gave our views, and, we ended off the session pretty much talking about how we're going to dive into the NFL season as preseason is just about to get kicked off this Thursday. I believe the Panthers are playing. And before I want to get into the NFL season, this is a topic that I've been wanting to discuss for a while in the past few weeks. Of course, we discussed it initially a few weeks back, but it is the Kawhi Leonard trade being put on pause. And, as a Clippers fan and an NBA fan, this is big news because, you know, for those who don't know, the Toronto Raptors and Los Angeles Clippers agreed to a trade which sent Kawhi Leonard back to Toronto, and the Clippers received a few picks and Brandon Ingram and Grady Dick. But right now, the NBA is still investigating the Los Angeles Clippers and whether they illegally helped Kawhi Leonard get paid outside of his NBA contract to pretty much overcome or get around the league's salary cap. And the investigation centers around a $20 million endorsement deal that Kawhi signed with a company called Aspiration. It's a tree cut. I don't even know what this. All I know is the company has something to do with trees. The allegation is that the endorsement wasn't a normal business deal, but it may have been used as a way to secretly pay Kawhi extra money for signing with the Clippers. So, what are your thoughts on this, Eric? Should the trade just be pushed through? This investigation has been going on for months. It's literally the start of the last NBA season. And should the Raptors be punished? The Clippers, whatever. They're probably just going to get fined, if anything. Even as a Clippers fan, that's what I believe will happen. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I think and why I think that even if we get detailed investigation, it's hard.
Exactly. And, you know, whether or not it happened, who knows how many other NBA teams are doing it. I'm not saying that, it is right, but at this point, you know, I believe that there was a report that came out that this could drag into 2027, if the parties don't agree on the findings or, a proposed settlement, is confirmed. But sources close to the National Basketball Players Association with knowledge of the investigation said the union would hesitate to take the matter into arbitration if the NBA sought penalties without sufficient evidence proving the claim. The Clippers have been denied since the league's inquiry began 10 months ago. I feel like unsubstantiated. Put it to close. Let's move on. Kawhi's back with Toronto. I'm sure Raptors fans too are like, what the heck? We're gonna have to get Brandon Ingram back, which is not a bad thing. Brandon Ingram's a great player, but still, Kawhi Leonard is Kawhi Leonard. But we're gonna see what happens. I'm sure, definitely. We're gonna find out whether Kawhi is gonna be staying with LA. As a Clippers fan, I won't be mad about it. Hopefully he's gonna still play, but whether or not it goes through, I hope Kawhi gets to play with the Raptors or Clippers, and we get to move on with basketball. But with that being said, I want to now pretty much shift the focus, the second half of the show, onto the NFL preseason. And let me tell y'all something: preseason means nothing in my eyes. Especially when it comes to winning the Super Bowl or the teams. Yeah, there's certain things with rookies, but every year we see a backup quarterback pretty much throw 350 yards, in August, and everyone starts saying he's the future. And then come week one, the dude's on the sideline holding the clipboard. So I feel that in the preseason it's great, for the young guys to get out there. Because come on, all the starters they get a little bit of action, but truly, if you're a fan, and especially we've got the fantasy football season coming up, this rookie class is something to pay attention to. And there are a lot of rookies. We got Fernando Mendoza, who's going to be fighting for his spot with Kirk Cousins on the Las Vegas Raiders. Of course, Heisman winner, won a national championship. But what are your thoughts on this year's rookies? Who are the key targets to watch for, especially in fantasy football, because I know a lot of people draft, especially my league, Erickson and as well. We got our draft coming up end of the month. Who are the rookies to keep an eye on, man?
I'm interested in Cardinal State. I'm not a hype fan, obviously. I'm a Christian fan. I'm not a hype guy. But I've watched about Ohio State and Cardinal State. Great. Like, if Cam Ward can get the ball, that's it.
Harnell Tate, man. He is named the 2026 Offensive Rookie of the Year candidate. He's the fourth pick in this year's draft. Cam Ward, quarterback for the Tennessee Titans, he had a rough rookie year. I'm not gonna lie, he started to get it together in the second half of the season, but that's what happens with rookies. We saw the same thing with Bryce Young. Took the step, his third year, I would say. His past season played that bad either, but I remember that rookie year of Bryce Young, man. It was abysmal. And even Cam Ward too. I think he got sacked the most. Man, it's tough though when you're a rookie and you don't have, superstars around you and a good offensive line. But I feel that now Cam Ward has that wide receiver one. I mean, who do you have? Calvin Ridley, I believe. I mean, he's a better receiver. I mean, he's not a superstar, but who knows? We may have a new duo in the NFL with Cam Ward and Carnell Tate. But speaking of other rookies, I mean, there's another rookie that comes to mind in terms of running backs. And for me, I believe it's the Cardinals running back, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. And this guy, I think he could, take the next step as well. But you still got, Tyler Algier, who's looking to be RB1. But Jeremiah Love, he was also the third pick right before Carnell Tate. And he signed a big deal. I believe it was the most guaranteed money ever paid to a running back in NFL history, which is quite an investment. I mean, they're full on, for this guy. It's a 4-year, $53 million fully guaranteed rookie deal. And he's tied for the highest overall rating among rookies in the game as well. He's already at an 82 rating in Madden 27. So yeah, man, this dude, who knows? I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't see much of him in college football. What about you, Eric? It looks like he's really fast. Yeah. Well, let's see. I mean, he's definitely gonna be sharing the rushing load, especially with Tyler Algier. I remember him back when he was in Atlanta. Now he's with the Cardinals. But yeah, I mean, and with this preseason, I'm happy though. Football is back, and that's the most exciting thing. NFL is here from now on forward. There will not be a Sunday until the end of the season where we will not have football being played. And it's one of the best times in my eyes. When you reach that fall, especially when that NBA season kicks back up in October, it's just the best time. You got games going on weekly, Monday Night Football, Thursday Night Football. I think there's going to be a lot more primetime games. I believe there are going to be some Friday games as well, if I'm not mistaken. But, yeah. Oh, yeah. And in our league, in our fantasy football league, we got our draft spots, the draft overalls posted. I got the fourth pick. Eric, what pick you got?
I'm pick number 8. I believe I might be wrong about that, but definitely 8 or 10.
Okay. Yeah, man, I've been looking at the players. And I don't know if you're out listening right now, if you play fantasy football, or if you watch football in general. I mean, I know last year, Puka Nacua, he was one of the top players. Obviously, you still had, I know Ashton Genty, he was up there, so he wasn't like a top 3, but player that comes to mind, Christian McCaffrey. I feel like when he's healthy, he's definitely always up there. And we finally just saw a fully healthy season of Christian McCaffrey. But I think this year, I mean, I believe it was last year as well. It's got to be John. What do you think? I mean, this guy, Jahmyr Gibbs, because David Montgomery, he's now a Houston Texan. We're going to see him in Houston, of course, Nick Chubb. And Joe Mixon, very injury prone, but who knows? I think David Montgomery will be a great addition to the Houston Texans. But there's still a lot of good names out there. Very underrated player last season. Of course, finally got the praise where he should have had Jonathan Taylor. And then you still got, receivers like Moss St. Brown, Puka Nacua, Jamar Chase. But we're going to see what happens. And with that being said, we're going to close out the show. Thank you for tuning in. Next week, we're going to for sure be covering, continue to give our predictions, continue to make recaps of the preseason games. But we're getting closer and closer to the kickoff of the NFL season between the Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots Super Bowl rematch week 1. But with that being said, make sure to subscribe to YouTube if you haven't already. Big Baller Sports. We are, I believe, 10 subscribers away from 600, so make sure to subscribe. Follow the Instagram. It's Big Baller Sports with a Z at the end and 7S. Thank you all for tuning in once again. It's your host, Asher. Appreciate you coming on, Eric. Have a good rest of the day. Thank you.